lecture number 1. Today I am going to discuss about the happiness of psychology. My name is Punita Deuri. I'm an assistant professor working in the Department of Psychology, Professor Kamrul Haq School of Education, University of Science and Technology, which is based on Meghalaya. Let's begin with our today's lecture. First of all, let's try to understand what do you mean by happiness being, in a layman language. So happiness, as we all know that, can be a deeply personal and a subjective experience. Uh, and it's often challenging to capture it in a very single image since it can manifest in various ways depending on the individual and the context. However, I can describe some images and scenes that are often associated with happiness. I have picked up some of those those moments of the happiness when we feel happy during that time, and then how and through our body expression, facial expression, through our body gesture, we can able to understand that the person is happy. So let's check for those images and the scenes from in our next discussion. So smiling face, we all know that when we used to be happy, our face automatically, we can see a smile on our broad smile on our face. Yeah, which is depicted by different emojis, and one of the emoji which I have selected is the smiley emoji. Then secondly, the nature and the serenity. So whenever we see the nature, or whenever we get a chance to get into the nature, whether it is a man-made park, or it is a natural national any park, or you are enjoying the rain, or you're enjoying the snow, you are enjoying hill stations, wherever you are just walking in your garden, your terrace garden, your lawn garden. But you always feel you feel relaxed and happiness in that particular moment. So one of the picture which I have picked up, you can see from this picture. Yes, then acts of kindness, when you are kind enough to the others, to the to self, and when your kindness is, when your giving is selfless, and you really feel very happy. Then whenever you see children's playing with themselves, playing with toys, playing with their friends, you will see the children jump with happiness. They they just sings with happiness, and you can see all over the smiling faces of the children when they play together. So it gives a sense of happiness to them. Then definitely when the another aspect of the happiness is, how we know that person is happy is by his accomplishment, by his achievement, by his success. When he is recognized for his the work, the hard work, then the person, you can see that he achieved a lots of happiness. When you being with the pets, I have a pet with me. I have a pet, I have a pet cake, pet cat. So it is always very, it gives very happiness to you when you being with your pets, like any dogs, the cats or whatever. So I have a picture of my own cat. So this is my cat, and my doctor and me used to have very good time with this with our cat, and we really in a stressful any full of day, we enjoying with the our pet cat. So, and always whenever we are going for exploring a new places, or doing a venture, or it is a travel venture, so we always feel very excited, and this excitement lead to the happiness. Then definitely the celebration brings happiness in us, whether it is a birthday celebration, whether it is any other family occasion, get together occasion, it is occasion of celebration at your workplace, whatever it is, it always brings it always brings happiness to us. Then definitely the relaxation and the contentment. So these images do capture common scenarios associated with happiness, like the maybe you have a pet, maybe you are celebrating different occasions at your home or at your workplace, with your relatives, or maybe you are working with the nature, or you are traveling often. But but the true source of happiness often lies in the individual's unique experiences and the perspectives. So with that, let's we discuss what is happiness in more deeper way. So happiness in the context of positive psychology, which in this lecture we are trying to understand, is a multifaceted and deeply studied concept that goes beyond mere emotional well-being. And positive psychology of field pioneered by psychologists like Martin Seligman focuses on understanding and enhancing the factors that contribute to human flourishing and well-being, with happiness being a central theme. So let's we try to understand happiness from the in more elaborate way. And happiness means is overall a subjective well-being. So positive psychology actually views happiness as a subjective experience of every individual or each individual. This means that happiness is a personal, it is very personal and individual feelings that varies from person to person, from because as I told in the previous slide, that happiness is the if I suppose if I enjoy a celebration, it may not be enjoyable for the other person. Okay, so it means that happiness is a personal and individual that varies from person to person. It is not something that can be measured objectively, but rather is a reflection of one's own assessment of their life satisfaction, their positive emotions, and overall their well-being. Then, secondly, we want to understand happiness, the pursuit of happiness. Under this, we know that and the positive psychology acknowledges that the pursuit of happiness is a fundamental human goal. It emphasizes that people can actively work on increasing their happiness through intentional practices such as gratitude exercises, mindfulness, act of kindness, and cultivating positive relationships. Now let's we come to the positive relationships. And positive psychology also highlights the importance of social connections and positive relationships in promoting happiness. With and building and maintaining meaningful connections with others can have a profound impact on our well-being. So in our day-to-day life, if you can see, when we have a very good relation with our family members, with our colleagues, with our friends, so it always gives immense pleasure being in in their company, because we felt somewhere belongingness, we felt we felt associated with these people, and their warmth and their care gives us lots of confidence, lots of security, and because of that lot we feel belonging, and we feel, and those feeling give us much happiness to us. Then the happiness is not the absence of adversity, but the ability to bounce back from the challenges, and that we call the resilience, as we all know that. So positive psychology encourages the development of resilience, which helps individual to cope with any kind of say hard situations, any kind of crisis in their life, and and setback, and maintain their well-being even in a most difficult times. The positive psychology also places a strong emphasis on identifying and using one's character strengths. By recognizing and leveraging their unique strengths, individual can enhance their sense of accomplishment and happiness, which we call the character strengths. And the next is the life satisfaction. And happiness in positive psychology is often measured through life satisfaction, how much you are satisfied with your life. and the life satisfaction, and this can be measured by life satisfaction assessments. We have different life satisfaction, assessment scales, so which help us to measure the different aspects of the life satisfactions of. Okay, so people who rate their overall life satisfaction higher tend to be happier according to their perspective. Actually, the different research studies have shown that the persons in these scales who have a higher score, they tend to be because they are satisfied with their life, what they have did in, and whatever they have accomplished, they are fully satisfied. And when they are fully satisfied with what they did in, and what they achieved in their life, they tend to be more happier than the other person. So positive psychology, if we try to understand the the happiness from the culture and the individual perspective, differences perspective. So positive psychology acknowledges that happiness can be influenced by cultural and individual differences. That means happiness of an individual is also based on the from the society he is from the culture he is raised or she is raised. And it's because each person is individually different, he is genetically different. So with that individual differences, the happiness is also our influenced by those individual, biological differences also. So what brings happiness to one person is therefore not necessarily bring the same level of happiness to the another person. And cultural factors really play a significant role in shaping our perception of happiness. Let's we try to also understand now from the components of happiness. The positive psychology breaks down happiness into three main components. The first one is the positive emotion. The second one is the engagement, the flow. And the third one is the meaning and the purpose. So let's just check for the positive emotion. The positive emotion, this components involves, the experiencing of positive emotions. What are our positive emotions? Being happy, being felt love, being felt belonging, being felt joy. So these are the happy, the emotions when we are happy, we experience those emotions. So positive psychologists emphasize the importance of cultivating these emotions, which are very important to enhance, important to maintain our well-being, and so it is therefore very important to enhance our overall well-being. Then second component of happiness is about, is saying that if we are fully engaged in the activities that challenge and stimulate us, that help us to challenge our potentials, that help us to challenge our qualities, capabilities, and and that stimulates our inner, the interest, and motivate us to do, more, and do more and achieve more. So happiness is directly then associated with fully engagement, being fully engaged in activities that, that challenge and stimulate us. So when individuals are in a state of flow, so that means when they are in a state of flow, they are completely absorbed in what they are doing, losing track of time and self-consciousness. This state of engagement contributes significantly to the happiness. In this, I want to give an example, like, when we are listening to the music. Okay, so and then what happens, so we just is going in that flow, and you, when you are listening to that music, you really feel very happy, really feel very relaxed. When you feel happy, you feel relaxed. So that is the flow, when you are going in that flow, and you are fully focused on, fully attentive to towards that what you are doing that time. So this gives much, happiness. So meaning and the purpose. So happiness is closely linked to having a sense of meaning and purpose in life. So people who feel that their actions are meaningful and aligned with their values tend to report higher levels of happiness. And positive psychology encourages individuals to explore and discover their own sense of purpose. So these are the three main components under the, which tend to explain happiness in broader terms. So let's we try to understand happiness by discussing, here put here for more elaborate explanation. In our lecture 2, we will discuss in more theoretical way about, the happiness and its other components. And let's you try to understand from the first story, the Pahi's story, from Pahi's perspective. Uh, for Pahi, this promotion represents a significant achievement in her career. She was been working diligently towards her goal for years, and it aligns perfectly with her long-term career aspirations. She feels a sense of accomplishment, pride and happiness, because the promotion is a reflection of her long term, the long term hard work and the dedications which she has, put in her work and for the growth of her organization. She also values the increased responsibility and the financial rewards which comes with it. And in Pahi's subjective experiences, this promotion brings her a high level of happiness and life satisfaction. Let's we try to understand from, the see the from the another story of Mahi's friend, whose name is Mahi. And from the Mahi's perspective, on the other hand, if you see on the the Mahi's the friend of the friend of Mahi's reaction to the promotion is different. While she appreciates the recognition and salary increase, she wasn't particularly passionate about the job she was promoted to. She valued work life balance and had been content in her previous role, which allowed her more time with her family and hobbies. The new position demands longer hours and more stress, and for Mahi, the promotion brings mixed emotions. While she's grateful for the opportunity, it also brings some anxiety and discount. In Mahi's subjective experience, the promotion doesn't bring the same level of happiness as it did for Pahi. So, this example demonstrates the subjective nature of happiness in positive psychology. Even though Pahi and Mahi experience the same external event, their subjective interpretations of that event and the resulting emotional responses differ significantly. Positive psychology recognizes that an individual's perception, values, and personal circumstances play a crucial role in determining the level of happiness and well. So with that, we have come to today's lecture. The assignment question which I have given for the practice and to understand more from by discussing a case. So the assignment questions, please I request everyone to please go through this assignment question and then please read this case study and try to solve it. And so you will be having more understanding of the happiness from the positive psychology perspective. The case which I have given as assignment is that, to imagine a scenario where a 40-year-old individual named Mark is seeing to improve his overall happiness and life satisfaction. He has experienced a series of life changes, challenges, and success. So, Mark's journey is a potential case study in understanding the factors influencing happiness. I have given the tasks what you have to do, and then also I have given the following indicators on which you need to work on this analysis. So with that, I have come to the end of the discussion of chapter 1, and this chapter, sorry, in lecture 1, and this lecture is actually consisting of just a briefing about the introduction all about happiness, and in our lecture 2 we will try to understand